What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back live in the flesh. If it does not say live in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, unfortunately you are watching the recap. Go ahead, click back on the main channel, refresh the page, and get yourself on the live stream that is currently live. Welcome, 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 welcome. I hope you guys had a great day. Brr, brr. We did not actually go live yesterday, so we're in there like swimwear. Let me go ahead and hit you guys with a little monetization. You know what I'm saying? It's hot. Michigan is hot today, baby. Heating up. Me too. What is going on, Alex, my baby? Ugans, what's going on, brother? Sup? Long time no see. It's been crazy out here, man. It's been crazy. But we did have slightly green portfolios today, so that's a positive thing in a world that is not always so positive. What's up, bro? You still in Redbox? No, I actually got out of Redbox. Man, it must have been a little while ago. But we had some nice gains. And then I was looking to trade it again, but they went to position close only. And that was very unfortunate because Redbox, I mean, even still now it looks, pretty good. What is up, Cheese Chaser? Coming to my defense. I seen that, brother. It does not go unrecognized. I appreciate you, and that's why you are a moderator. The best, if not one of the best, if not the best. Yo, Jennifer Hendricks. We are live. We are here. What is going on? Dude, it's so hot today. I'm like sweating and I have AC. This is terrible. Super Show. What's going on? You guys came to play today. Look at all the mods. GMVD primed and ready, my boys. Let's see. G Medical Innovations Holdings up 8.33% on the day. It looks like, what the hell? What? What happened? Who I gotta smack? Somebody was just really rude in the comments. And Cheese Chaser definitely had my back there. But you can smack him up, man. I just hit him with a little bit of love, and I didn't hear anything else. I said, even though you have hate in your heart, we still love you. And I gave him a red heart to show we mean it. We even got a love hat around here. I don't know where it is currently at the moment, but we're showing love, baby. We're showing love. What's up, Bill A 87 in the building? Amazing Grace TV. Blessings, everyone. I like it. Dude, these are weird numbers, dude. Evergreens. What is going on with this? Ortex is like tripping out. It's gotta be. Short interest on GMVD, 0.21%, but a cost to borrow max of 270% and a cost to borrow minimum of 241. What kind of shit is that, dude? What is going on? Oh, 39,000 shares that are sold short. That's weird. I've never seen numbers like that. But it's worth a YOLO. Every once and again, once in a while, you got to get the YOLO demon out, or it's just like not good. It's just not good, okay? You got to get the YOLO demon out, but be careful with him. Once the YOLO demon is out, it's hard to get it back in, okay? Okay, I'll just tell you guys that. Short interest of free float on the S&P 500, 18.83%, sitting at levels we have not seen ever for 2022. So it's up there. It's definitely up there. It says return shares 8 million, and I believe there is the T+2 settlement time. With that, borrowed shares 10 0.63 million for the day. Cost of our max 2.73%, 171 million shares sold short, and like I said, almost 19% short interest, highest we've been at for all of 2022 essentially. So I think that's pretty interesting. I hate there's no option activity for the SPY. I want to look at the options, man. But the put to call ratio is still nasty, and it really hasn't moved around too much. It's still incredibly bearish on the S&P, but for a lot of most stocks right now is pretty bad. That gap up was nasty. Yeah, and that's pretty much what I was talking about. You know, I'm still overall like bearish on the markets. You know, I think it's very hard to be bullish right now. Like, in a sense, yes, individual stocks are down so much, it's hard to be bearish on them. Like a Square in the 60s, I will take that any day of the week. I will sell you my kidney to buy more shares, because that $30,000 kidney is going to turn into $1 million. Give it 3 to 5 years, right? You guys hopefully catch my drift on that one. But I mean, we're living through historical times. Even quantitative tightening, right? We've never had that, besides for a brief period of time between really, you know, end of 2017 to 2019, and the markets fell 20%. The thing with quantitative tightening, it takes a while to go into effect, and it has a lot of effect once it does. Once it does, you'll start to see the bond yield, you'll start to see all duration treasuries, but really the longer duration treasuries start to go up in a pretty big way, and that helps drain liquidity, so much so that the Fed doesn't even know how much it's going to affect things. It's like modern monetary theory, where you can kind of just do whatever you want and hope for the best. Like, that is in full effect right now. So you've never had quantitative tightening. At the same time, inflation is 8.6%. At the same time, the Fed is raising rates at the most aggressive pace in 40, 50 years. At the same time, we are going to go into a recession as the Fed is raising rates. The Fed's going to be forced to make a really hard decision. Do you go with a federal funds rate that is, say, 2.5%, 3.5%? And they're going to essentially be faced with this. Long story short, do you either accommodate the markets, drop rates down to, let's say, 1.5% when they're at 3.5%, making these numbers up here, going off the timeline throughout the rest of 2022 and where people expect the federal funds rate to be? Do you drop the rates, accommodate the markets, say forget about inflation, that will come down, or do you say, hey, we still got to raise rates, inflation is still, call it 7.5%, we will take a mild recession, and then you run the risk of turning into a large recession, if not a depression at that point. So that's really what we have to deal with right now, and that's the case that I have to make that is very bearish. There's no good outcome in that situation. Obviously, for long-term investors, it's great, but until inflation comes down, or we avoid a recession, which none of those looks likely, you know, it's hard to make a midterm bullish case for the markets, which is your guys' benefit, because obviously at that point you guys can acquire positions, and massive positions, and make a lot on the back end. But yeah, the gap up today, long story short, was pretty much because we've fallen off a cliff already. I mean, even with today's move, the NASDAQ is still down 30% in 6 months and 21 days. Let that sink in. That's still nuts. And we just had the Fed meeting. We do have the Fed that speaks tomorrow. It's going to be one of those testimonies to Congress. So I don't really expect anything different. But Will there be new trades in the Discord soon? Yeah, dude, I was totally not with the markets today. My fiance had a miscarriage last night, so she was in like full blown labor for like 7 hours, and it was really really tough. So I was not, to be honest, I was not with the markets today. But yes, there's a lot of things that I'm currently looking at and really going over trying to find the trade that is not so obvious that can pay out big. I'm trying to look for signs on that. And treasuries look interesting, some oil trades, some leverage trades that I'm looking at right now. But we're definitely going to be making some moves over the next couple of weeks. I do think we're in for, still same thing, a 5 to 10% bounce from the bottom. And currently, I believe even with today's move, let's see, from 362, we have went up about 3.5%. So a 5% move from here would put us from the bottom would be about 380, and then a 10% move would be about 400 on the SPY, roughly. 400 would be a 10.62% move. And then a 15% move would put us back to about 415. I don't necessarily expect that unless we got some bit of good news or something. And that's what the markets are going to react to is really the data, and we have a lack of data this week. Besides the Fed, besides the bank stress test, that's going to be wildly important for the markets. And that's really something I would say could cause a 3 to 5% down move, or potentially a 3 to 5% up move, because I mean the difference between 2008 depression at this point might be in the banks. If the banks start to show signs of low liquidity and just like a 2008 over again, markets are going to get extremely fearful in a very short amount of time. Because this whole time so far, we've just thought everything was just wonderful and great with the bank. So that's something that, I'm definitely going to pay very close attention to. Like the smash button. Dude, I like that. Like the smash button. Sorry to hear. Best to your fiance, Jennifer Hendricks. Cerbo, send my condolences. I appreciate it, all of you guys. It's it was very random, very very random. I got a call. She was at work to come get her. She's bleeding, and then that was like noon yesterday. That's why a video did not go out yesterday at all. I was actually almost done filming one when I got that call. And then it was really messed up because we had went to one hospital and sat there for about 2 hours, and she was having contractions like how they're spaced out, right? Well, she was having them like probably every 45 seconds to a minute. And then we had left. We sat there for 2 hours. We left, drove about an hour to another hospital that's known for being like faster and getting you in quicker. So we're already in at like 3 hours at this point. Like if I were to put it on like a dilation scale, you're probably at like a 5, 6, 7 at that point. And then at the other hospital, it was just as busy, another 6-hour wait. We ended up waiting about 3.5 hours, 4 hours total there, and it got to the point where she was like screaming in the emergency room for about a half an hour, and just full on nonstop straight up contraction. And they ended up getting us back there once people started to like come up to us like, are you okay? Like you need to be seen like right now. And then obviously they took us back there. She pretty much had almost passed us. They just helped it along, but she actually has a follow-up appointment tomorrow. Fucked up situation, but We're back. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Sorry to hear. Spoil Ling Ling for us. Ford Leap seemed cheap. Yeah, Ford. Like everything is, as far as leaps, a lot of things look very attractive, but there's so much fear in the markets. Oh, that was definitely not the right Ford. Is it? No. It's just the question of, like, how bad does the consumer get? How expensive does it cost to finance things? Because most consumers, I would imagine, I don't know the actual numbers, but I think most consumers would finance things, right? I don't think most people are out there buying stuff in cash. For the most part, definitely not a brand new vehicle. Maybe you guys are ballers like that. Maybe I don't give people enough credit, but I think a lot of people are buying things on credit. And that's the question of how much demand destruction do you get? So demand destruction is a word. If you guys don't know it, you will throughout the rest of 2022. You will start hearing it probably on the news if you watch the news, or other people might start talking about it. But it's essentially where things just become so expensive that you pretty much stop getting loans. You can't afford a mortgage anymore. You can't afford a car payment. Like, you can't afford expensive items, even down to like fast food, stuff like that. That's demand destruction. Yeah, so that's the question. It's hard to say. That's why things can be so cheap. But yeah, I mean, they are very cheap. Like $15 calls for $182. Okay. Said, broke boy I see. Why are you broke? You must look deep within. You will understand why you're not Alpha Chad one day. Okay, Evergreen, show us the way, bro. You always say this, and we're like dying to know the way. What's the strategy, bro? Because we'll all start going, I don't know, Ford Tough, or if you're a Chevy guy or what. You know, I'll run it up and get a Lambo. Straight cash. SoFi $5 leaps are going to be the ticket. Yeah, SoFi is one that I do have a large position in, and it's down a lot for me. Like, it's definitely... it's definitely in the toilet. I mean, yeah, $5.72. What does a SoFi $5 leap even go for right now? I think I have one, but I just have not looked at it in so long because it's just destroyed. But yeah, that's you know, Ford. It's interesting because Ford has very low profit margins, right? So in this market environment, specifically with Ford, they just have very low profit margins. And that's where people are valuing companies right now, is based off of profit margins. So fundamentally speaking, if Ford even kept the same revenue, but they could increase their profit margins, fundamentally the stock would need to go higher in a normal market. We're not in a normal market, obviously, but you know, if I were to go with leaps personally right now, which I want to look at the 2025 leaps once they come out, which should be here, I believe, in like August or in July. Around then, I believe we should get 2025 options. Right? 2 years. No, is that 2023? Maybe I'm tripping. I think it's 2.5 years is the longest an option is out. Either way, like a Square, I think is going to do very well. Possibly like a Polestar, like a GGPI, there might be a good arbitrage trade there. Once it does start to actually trade as Polestar, it might just get a better valuation. I think that could be a really good trade. But Square for sure is one that I feel really confident in over the next couple of years. Evergreens is the pegged master. Hmm. 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 Evergreens. That's funny. That's funny. I would totally get demonetized if I could say what I wanted to say. But you guys get it. You guys get it. 300K FTDs today. Sent it 50 cents up. Juicy as fuck for tomorrow. 500,000 more FTDs due soon. Is that AMC? Jeez. As soon as AMC rips, I will kill my mortgage. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm like, oh man. Oh man, that's dark. That's dark. Sean O'Connor, what is up, baby? Clap 64 was looking at Riot Leaps too. That one too. It's just so tied to crypto that, man, if you have a downturn like this in crypto, it's much different than 2017. I firmly believe that. And you should see more potential upside, obviously, from here. The biggest thing against crypto that would weigh on something like Riot, even Square, right, because they're pretty deep in crypto stuff now as well, is the lack of transparency and the fact that certain coins are just getting demolished. Like Terra, right? Terra Luna. Like, that's the biggest example, but other coins have been getting slapped as well. So that's the issue. The trading firms that are looking insolvent, like Celsius, FTX is looking beautiful, giving out loans left and right to other firms. That's the biggest concern. It's like during a bull market, decentralized finance is great. But when people are fearful, even about regular stocks, and you start to see liquidity issues and hedge funds getting margin called and brokerages shutting down basically withdrawals or even deposits, things like that happening, it could be a longer road than not for crypto. Because, like, I like what I'm seeing. I do like what I'm seeing. But crypto has rallied a lot in the last 2 years, even still where it's sitting at. And if there is more fear about insolvency issues, it's just not a pleasant situation for crypto. You know, like earnings, like they get audited at companies. So if Snapchat comes out and they say, hey, we got $2 billion of revenue, it's pretty factual, give or take a percent or something, right? Crypto, you have no idea what is going on with hedge funds, with Coinbase or Gemini or anyone else, what kind of situation they're in. So that's the biggest thing. So Evergreens needs a hug today. Yeah. We always give Evergreens love. We do. We do. Love GGPI. Why the dump today? Honestly, you know, like I said, with what was just transpiring over the last, day or two, I have no idea. But I do have like $3,000 in GGPI, so. June 23rd. That's so strange because I seen it. Like, I seen what was happening, and I seen it went under, what was it, like $9? And I was like, maybe it's not under, yeah. See, I seen it when it was under $9, and I was like, whoa, what happened? Or that was yesterday. Yeah, it was under $9. But, that shouldn't happen necessarily, but, there could be a couple reasons for it. Essentially, if the merger didn't go through, which still doesn't make sense because you'd be refunded $10 per share. Or, some kind of insolvency issue or God knows what in this market environment. But I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not like selling out. I think I bought GGPI like $12 per share. So it's not something that I'm like even concerned about at those prices. Polestar is cheaply valued compared to even like a Lucid, when I did my fundamental valuation, it was pretty damn cheap, right? So I'm not too worried about it, but multiple compression, that's going to be interesting. Recession is like falling off a bike. Yeah, do you guys see Joe Biden fall off a bike standing? That can't be good. Like, man, he should have played it off too. He should have just fell off as it was like moving still. I don't know. I kind of felt for the guy though. Let me be honest. Like, that's still the president and all, but like, you don't want to see him falling off a bike. Running the country is like riding a bike. Okay, I like that. I like that. I can definitely agree. Sometimes you just fall off, and you know. He was cool about it though. He fell off, he got up, he was laughing. Oh my gosh. I was yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one. Will AMC hit $30 by Friday? I mean, man, if it does, I'm going to get paid out on my options, but I'm not going to sit here and say that. I did say in the video today that this is a really good sign. Believe it or not, even though we were pretty neutral on the day, you know, including the moving after hours down, what, 0.5%? Like almost literally 0.5%, 0.48%. You've stayed in a range. Whereas when the markets were absolutely just falling through the floor, hitting new lows, AMC stock was not. So that shows a lot of strength. And then you're starting to see a lot of weirdly coincidental bullish articles on AMC as well. Have you guys typed in like AMC stock news just in like Google? Like, there's a lot of bullish articles from people you would not expect. Like this one, The Motley Fool. It's finally time for serious investors to start buying or start considering buying AMC stock. It says, key points, AMC Entertainment says administrations are up 15% for the past weekend compared to the same weekend in 2019. The stock is trading 84% below the all-time high it set in early June of last year. It's going to be a strong summer for the movie industry, and AMC has other ways to stand out in the crowd. And goes into the whole bullish case on AMC, but I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, Ken Griffin, we love you even though you have hate in your heart, and I did not see what you said. I could tell you have hate in your heart, and we love you, okay? We just want you to make money, okay? And we wish the best for you. I don't know why you like pick on me, but it's all right. It's all right. Too old for the job. He is the oldest president. He is. So maybe this will teach us. Maybe this will teach us there should be an age limit. I don't know. Invest your capital somewhere else. AMC will be the same price next Monday. I mean, I think AMC is just at a very interesting, technical spot. Like, why hasn't the stock been falling like the S&P? It's obviously close to it, or if not under its fundamental valuation. I mean, the stock only has a 1 price to sales ratio. If the popcorn business does well, the box office continues to do well, and AMC can get its profit margins up. Let's not forget that. The rant essentially that I just went on about profit margins, that's what investors want right now. Like, the reason Square is falling through the floor even more so than like a PayPal is because the profit margins, right? Like, Square has very bad profit margins because they're in the growth phase. PayPal has decent profit margins, but their revenue is almost the same, right? The profit margin is the difference. That's why Yahoo Finance says PayPal is undervalued. I believe last time I checked, it said it was undervalued. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's why Yahoo Finance says PayPal is undervalued with $25 billion of revenue in 2021 and $4.17 billion in profits. But that's why they say Square is overvalued, as you can see right here, estimated negative 9% return. And they made $17.66 billion in revenue. Not too far off from PayPal, but they only made $166 million in profits. The profits are the problem. And this video that I made that I'm going to speak about next came out a couple months ago, so I think it's well worthy that we talk about it again, because I think it could have a lot to do with the price of the stock going up, or at least be a very bullish catalyst on top of any other bullish catalyst that comes out over the next couple of months. But AMC's profit margins before the pandemic in a good year was 2%. In a bad year was negative 2%, right? So like they didn't make money for the most part. 2% profit margin, no matter what business it is bad. Is there's no way to put it. It's just bad. And that's because they've been in business for 100 years. Look at what happened with Revlon. They didn't cut the fat to their business when they should have. Boom, you end up going bankrupt. It's not because your products are bad or people don't like your products. They don't buy your products. Obviously, every female in the world, most males know what Revlon is, or you've heard of it, right? Makeup, beauty stuff. It's because they should have got rid of bad products a long time ago, or different things, right? They didn't need this warehouse that was losing them $1 million a year for the last 20 years, shit like that. It's fat to the business, and that's what hurts your profit margins, because every dollar you lose is hurting that profit margin, no matter which way you put it. A dollar saved is a dollar earned. Remember that. That's like going back to, I don't know, kid years, especially for me, but for everyone. And if AMC can even get a sin mark kind of profit margin, then I mean that will be very bullish. Add on top of everything else they're doing, and I think you could see a lot better profits. And potentially that's where you could even make the argument of dividends, or exposing how many shares are out there, and putting a lot of serious pressure on shorts. But we won't squeeze. You just buy yearly options, play the rest of the 10,000 ticketers. I could see that. I mean, yearly options, I like that. Bears talking bullish makes me wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Me specifically, I don't know if bears. I don't know if I don't know. I'm like bear bull, but yeah, definitely some people that are extremely one-sided, talking like changing their stance is very interesting. Like Fed Bullard, that's one that is like very interesting to me, because that guy was the most hawkish dude ever, and now he's like, yeah, we're doing things right. Things are okay. In all reality, they're not. Come on, man. If not Friday, will it hit $30 within a month? I wouldn't put that kind of pressure on it. I will say it can be very explosive, and you can see, call it a 170% rally for no reason. And that didn't happen that long ago, 3 months ago. So, and I think it's important to know as well that what's the biggest factor really in like a momentum stock? It's people knowing about it. It's the popularity aspect of it. Everyone knows about AMC. That's why you see 400,000 options on the option chain for calls that are out the money by July 15th. And I think that's important to point out. that's going to be a big deal. Tyler knows it's trash. Let my voice hella sworn. I'm cracking up right now. No, I don't think it's trash. I think it's just depending on what people are trying to do. There's potentially better trades at times. AMC at one point will be a better trade than other trades at other points, for just depending on what people are trying to do. If you're straight up trading, then I mean you probably want to wait for some kind of catalyst to jump into options, or a reason, right? Like I don't think if you waited for a catalyst that you would be disappointed. Like I mean, we could wake up and the stock's just up 50% off of some crazy catalyst or some crazy buy-in by some big bank or something. That's possible, but I don't think you'll miss out on the gains eventually when a big rally comes if you just waited for the first signs of the rally. Hopefully that makes sense. But like if you're a long-term investor and you're not a trader, like absolutely don't touch AMC. Like absolutely not. Like go buy yourself some Square, not financial advice. They're okay. Just Honest Brand may get a jump on the Revlon news. I know financial education, Jeremy, he likes Honest, and I think it's interesting to be honest. To be honest, look at that! I'm about to buy it. I just punned myself. But yeah, I think the valuation makes sense. I think a lot of people are looking for that healthier, natural alternative. So that one's interesting. Win training wheels. Man, I don't know, dude. Anytime. Say, go out and play, kids. Get out of here. Do them like my grandma used to do us, or me. Be like, come back when the street lights are on. If not, you're going to have to make dinner with me and then clean up. And you're just like, nah, man, I'm going to go outside and ride my bike and put on them training wheels. At least I did. Is there really going to be a popcorn shortage? What else should Adam Aaron invest in? I think sports betting while they run said sports in their theaters. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Like, it might sound dumb, but I think AMC couldn't go wrong, like buying stakes in companies like Square, or potentially like a SoFi, or other companies that about that aren't necessarily in the same realm. After all, they did buy a gold miner, so that was like not in the same realm either. But I think more high quality companies like SoFi, I personally think it's higher quality, just considering how diversified the business is, so on and so forth. There's a whole spiel I could give you about SoFi that really probably not a lot of people want to hear, but companies like that could have a lot of upside, that could 10, 20, 30x. That's a Square. In 10 years, I think that stock's a good $1 trillion company at least. Like, every business you go to is going to be using a Square terminal. Those high-tech, quick, convenient terminals on top of whatever they do in crypto, on top of Cash App and whatever else they do. Like, that's a $1 trillion company. I'm very confident in 10 years, and that's a 30x. That'd be like $1,000 turning to 30,000. That's not bad. So I think that wouldn't be a bad move, honestly. But popcorn shortage, man, it's possible. Like, that's honestly a possibility. Just given where the crop numbers are, we get WASD crop reports. I believe that's what it's called. WASD. I might be leaving out a syllable or letter in there. But the crop reports don't look so good. Like, not enough food is being planted. So it wouldn't surprise me. I feel like we've had a shortage for everything. There is literally a shortage of tampons right now. Like, dude, what? If it's not baby formula, it's something else. It's meat. They act like there's a damn gasoline shortage. Look at the pumps. It's wild. It's wild out here. Paul is speaking about Adam Aaron's popcorn, I believe. Dude, that would be so bullish. Imagine that. Imagine that, though. Like, if he singled out an example of AMC, the popcorn shortage coming. That would probably pop the stock like 5 or 10% pretty quick. Or maybe everyone would short it. Shit. Anytime Powell speaks, people love it right away. And then after, they're like, what did this guy say? Like the last 2 Fed meetings, you've went up a lot after the Fed meeting, and then you've given all of the gain back the next day plus some. It's actually wild. Like, I don't know if it does it 3 times in a row, but that has to be like a record. That would have to be. Would like to see more AMC, or he needs to buy back AMC shares on July 15th. That would be good too. That would. I'd like to see more AMC executive producer credits for blockbuster movies. Get the revenue from ticket sales and concessions, plus the movie itself. Yeah, like making movies. It's just risky if you want to get like high quality people. Like if you want to get The Rock in there, something that's going to do well, but you don't know how well. Like you gotta pay for it, and that's the only thing. I mean, they could afford to do some movies like that. Adam Aaron said AMC was good on popcorn for 3 years. Yeah, I believe that. You know, I think there's probably contracts in place that they would be good, considering they go through so much. What did Adam Aaron say? Like, on a good day, they'll go through, like, 50 tons of it or some crazy number. Yeah, something wild like that. Maybe I'm way off, but it was in the tons, for sure. I know that. Sorry, guys. AMC was a trade, not an investment. Evergreens, damn it. You just killed everyone's hopes and dreams. Damn it. But, no, you are 100% correct. Like, AMC was only a trade, not like a real long-term investment. I never looked at it like that. I looked at it like essentially with the attention that AMC has. That's very, very uncommon, with the same narrative of so many people. Like, even if everyone said, yeah, AMC's never gonna squeeze, there's never gonna be anything, you know, do you think people would really like believe that? Do you think people would not FOMO into the stock when it's up, you know, give it a good catalyst when it's up 20-30%? You're still going to see that, and I think that's very powerful. Like, I don't care if it's BBIG, I don't care if it's Bed Bath & Beyond or BB or any other stock. It doesn't have the constant attention like AMC has. Even if the stock, it trades sideways like it has for a month and a half. Like, if you're Warren Buffett or you're fucking dude down the street and you're in the markets, you know about AMC. Unless you're just like here and there, just don't really do much in the markets. But if you're any one of, you know, people in finance YouTube land, like, you know about AMC. And I think that personally is very powerful. I don't know when it will be known that it's powerful, or when it will come, you know, full circle, but I think eventually it will. So AMC has burned people so many times, to be honest, it's probably impossible to squeeze at this point. We are degenerates, evergreens. We're degenerate gamblers. Yeah, fresh beginning. AMC has hurt people so many times. See, and I'm all for like going after like the red box trades, other trades as well. I'm all for that. Like wherever money is present, definitely all for that. And I personally think right now, if you're really in for like a 100% chance of making a lot of money in the future, it's probably in the long-term investments right now. Like I say Square a lot, but I think that company at $35 billion market cap is sickly undervalued for the what it will be in the future, right? So it just depends what you want to do. And, you know, I think AMC is at a very attractive fundamental valuation, but on a fundamental basis, you know, does it have a 30x in it, fundamentally speaking? Probably not, right? Unless they did become like a holdings company and they started trying to be like a Berkshire Hathaway and start acquiring different companies and building an empire like that, which I think is their ultimate goal. That's where you could get that fundamental move. But I mean, I do like AMC in that regard too. It just depends. Like, how much time do you have? A lot of people like want AMC to go to $30 by the end of the month, or 50 or 100 in XYZ amount of time. I'm more than confident we will get to those levels at the right time, but I don't know like when it's going to happen. And if you have if you're putting money in that you're gonna need in the future, it's not the right way to do it, you know. Pack and play. But yeah, I do think that is the most powerful thing that is really going for AMC. Just long story short on that one. And I think that's very powerful. But dude, oh my gosh, they're killing my stock. Dude, short interest on Square is 9%. Being broke makes you sick physically. I mean, I agree. I only gamble on popcorn kernels and apes. I like it. These shills get everywhere. Who are you kidding, bro? I mean, yeah. That's true. That's true. I guess Square always keeps a high short interest. The metaverse has fizzled out. People are so fickle. See, I think the metaverse will have its time and its place. But I think it's kind of like crypto in 2014. Like, it just wasn't there yet. And I think 5-10 years from now, there will be a purpose for it. I don't know like what purpose it will be, but I do think there will be a purpose for it. Jet, justeattakeaway.com. Is that the London Stock Exchange? That's got to be. I've never heard of justeattakeaway.com. And this thing is trading at $1,500 a share. That is definitely not Jet that we are talking about. Geez, there's so many tickers that are Jet. Global Crossing Airlines. These are so off-brand exchanges, though. Yo, what I miss? Just talking about different things, honestly. Not anything too crazy. Day weekend. Yeah, airlines are good though. I think, is it TSX? Wait, am I tripping? I don't know why it doesn't come up right. That's just the ETF for airlines, I believe. It's tripping. I don't know. But I really haven't. But I do think a lot of those travel stocks are very interesting because I think travel is just in. Like, people want to go out and do things. And that was normal, like, before COVID. But, you know, I think even more so now. And I think it could last, like, years, to be honest. You don't gamble in the world's biggest casino with money you need tomorrow. Yeah, dude, the stock market is the world's biggest casino. I've always said, like, it's kind of like a big casino, but that's a good way to put it. In the world's biggest casino. People do, though. People do. Mara's a good buy, under $6. I mean, like, right now, I'm always going to revert to, like, where the fundamentals are, if that makes sense. Like, $767 million market cap. Like on a fundamental basis, no. Like, their revenue, 150 million divided by the market cap. I mean, what is that? Like a 4.5, 5 times price to sales ratio. Whereas you could look at something like a Fubo, which I think is a very attractive fundamental buy, that is $638 million of revenue and is trading at $501 million market cap. That's a less than 1 current price to sales ratio and a less than half of 1 full year 2022 price to sales ratio. So not on a fundamental basis, but it's really going to depend on the price of, like, crypto and what happens with that. That's going to be the biggest thing when it comes to that. I support AMC because of great memories with family and places for teenagers to go when I want to finger bang. Oh, man. That brings back great memories. I'm just playing finger bang. Y'all are funny. Y'all are, like, straight up comedians. I like it. But yeah, there's nothing like the theater when you're a teenager. I will say that. And then we all end up on the stock market, degenerate gamblers. I see where this road leads, bro. It all makes sense. AMC hits 1,000, then Shiba hits a penny. So no problem. We'll see. Yeah. Shiba, dude, if Shiba hit a penny, I know like 5 people that would freak out. Ain't it like 100th of a penny or some crazy shit like that? I don't keep track of Shiba like that, but can you start uploading other plays you make money on stocks that actually are making us money, not AMC? Yeah, I really what has done the best is just the overall macro trades right now. Like it's pretty straightforward. Like, I've been in the markets for a long time. You kind of start to learn like expectations for the market. So like, man, I could probably make a whole hour-long live stream on different things that set market expectations. But like, when you're down so much after a fear catalyst, it's easy to call a bounce. Or when you're, when you've bounced from the lows to where we were at, a 10% move from the lows to these levels early June, it's pretty easy to say, hey, the Fed meeting's coming up. Has the economy changed? Is anything more bullish now than it was the last couple weeks, right? And in this market environment, nothing is going to change. You're pretty much going to have the same pattern we're seeing right now. You know, these 5 to 10% rallies hit newer lows, 5 to 10% rallies, maybe 15 or 20% if we get some good news, hit a lower low once worse information comes out. So those have been making the most amount of money. I think we hit like 1,000% on the NASDAQ and the SPY puts, just buying them up here and cashing out down here. Like pretty macro plays overall. There has been individual winners as well. I mean, the last 2 days really I was out of the game, like I said with you guys, with everything that happened. It just was not there at all, to be honest. GGPI. Sorry to hear your AMC experience was horrendous. Yeah. Bro, look at GGPI. Yeah, that's June 23rd. That's supposed to be the big day, and it's weird though. Look at, like, the volume was at in between 1.8 and about 2.5 million, and we've been ramping up heading into it, but the sell-off, it's strange. It's definitely strange to sell off into that. Given the market environment, though, I mean, it's not too crazy, far-fetched to imagine it would happen. But still do AMC vids, so I'm not hating the place. Salute to Tyler. Salute to you. I appreciate all of you guys that are genuinely just positive. You don't have to agree with me. You could tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. And tell me why I'm wrong. I encourage that. But like some people, like Ken Griffin, like his name's Ken Griffin, always comments on videos and just like nothing ever positive to say, just a negative person. Like those are the people I still wish them the best, but they're just not for the channel, you know. But you guys are great. You guys make my night. Sell off today was cray cray. Ooh, Kathy getting clapped, huh? Yeah, that thing's been moving weird. I think gene editing is very interesting for the future. I also do like Party City. It's getting light outside. I've got to go take it easy, TCI. Oh, yeah, man. You get some rest. Or, you know, have a good day. Depending on if you've been up all night. Hi, just now getting in here. Did you know Powell was speaking in the morning? Yeah, did make a video on it earlier, and it's just one of those congressional things. Carla, just stop. Evergreen, straight to the point. It like, we're not expecting to hear anything different or crazy, but then again, Powell right now can be very unpredictable. So I do imagine if he, like, considering where the futures are right now, if you don't see like they're pretty bad. If you don't see any bad information or any new information from Powell, you could get that overall bullish reaction. But I don't really think there's too much Powell could say that would be like good. Like fighting inflation's good. Powell could say he doesn't think a recession's gonna happen, but that's the same thing we've heard, which could be a good thing. You know, if futures look like it's definitely expecting a negative reaction, like futures are Nasdaq down 0.91%, S&P down 0.90%, Dow down almost 0.90 as well. I'm losing my ass in Tesla and Google puts. Yeah, I think they would. I mean, I'm still bullish on the next, like, call it week, as long as Powell doesn't throw us a curveball or something else to make us freak out. We've absorbed a lot of bad news, and I think until we get data that really continues to back that up, the NASDAQ is down 30%. Like, we got to remember that, which you could say it was inflated to start, but still a 30% drop, psychologically speaking, shouldn't happen, or you shouldn't not see a bounce unless the data supports that drop. If the data starts to change and look like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be down 30% because maybe we don't go into recession till 2023, you know, or maybe it's a very, very light one, then you'll start to see stocks actually catching a bid. But over the next week, not too much economic data that's coming out at all besides the Fed and the bank stress test, which is also going to be a very, very important catalyst. But yes, hit the like button, everyone. We owe him that much. Yes, hit the like button, or like the smash button. Like the smash button. Yes, I appreciate all of you guys. If I was to buy a call option next week, what ticker you suggest? I mean, it's tough. I think potentially Square would be a good one. I don't know, like, for a 1 week option, but if you have like a couple months to put on it, potentially Square would be a good option. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys have not signed up for Moomoo, he said AMC easy. You'll get 7 free stocks when you deposit $100. No BS. Free money essentially. So check that out. If you guys want to come join the trading community, we are back in action. All bad things too shall pass. We're back in action, ready to make sweet, sweet tendies. So if you guys want to come join us, down below in the description as well. Shout out Evergreens. Shout out all the mods. Appreciate all of you guys, baby. Creamy goodness. I got door doo-doo in my poo shoe. Appreciate you, Jay Morris. Tech we love. Opinionated asshole. Carla, Quinn Master. Who else we got? Clap64 showing mad love today. Got you. We're going to clap it up. Christopher Bay all the way in the UK, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All the moderators as well. All the moderators. Notorious 209. Ugans. Oh, man. Ugans is always in here. Yeah, all of you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Cheese Chaser. Yes. Cheese Chaser, man. Showing love. Going at it in the comment section for me. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.